Today, we are going to understand the spiritual journey that Muhyiddin Ibn Arabi experienced during his Tawaf in Mecca, when he encountered a mysterious being who was neither living nor dead, who spoke while remaining silent, and who contained within itself all the secrets of the universe. We are going to speak about that moment when Ibn Arabi, while performing the circumambulation of the Kaaba, questions how this inanimate house of stone could possibly comprehend his inner secrets. And then, suddenly, before him appears that being whom he refers to as the vanished youth, the speaking silent one. We will understand why, upon seeing this being, Ibn Arabi immediately realized that Tawaf is essentially the living circulating around the dead, and that the Kaaba is not merely a pile of stones, but a living reality that observes those who circle it. We will explore how this youth began to communicate with Ibn Arabi, not through words, but through symbols and direct heart-to-heart transmission. We will understand the meaning when the youth declares, "I am not one who is spoken to, nor one who is addressed. My knowledge is not other than me. I am the knowledge, the known, and the knower. I am the wisdom, the one who decrees, and the wise." We are going to walk with Ibn Arabi as he enters the spiritual Kaaba, the house of the stone, which exists beyond all physical veils. We will witness how the supreme pen of divine knowledge descends upon this youth, bowing to his essence, breathing all of existence into his being, and splitting open his spiritual earth and heaven. We will comprehend how he becomes aware of all the divine names, distinguishing between himself and his other, between his good and his evil, and between his creator and his own realities. We will delve into the ultimate realization that Ibn Arabi reaches when the youth reveals, "This Kaaba of mine is the heart of existence, and my throne for this heart is a limited body." We will understand how the physical Kaaba mirrors the human heart, and how every pilgrim is actually circumambulating their own essential nature. We will see how the 7 circuits of Tawaf correspond to the 7 divine attributes, and how kissing the black stone in each circuit represents kissing the divine hand in the subtle, spiritual realms. We will follow Ibn Arabi through his transformative experiences where God manifests before him as life while he becomes death, as sight while he becomes blindness, as knowledge while he becomes ignorance, and how in each pairing the divine allegiance is refused, teaching him the profound lesson of spiritual distinction between the creator and the creation. We will understand why Ibn Arabi is temporarily expelled from the divine presence for being unfit for service, only to be immediately recalled and restored to his station. We will comprehend the significance of his being commanded to remain firm in the single station and to beware of number, for in it is the destruction of eternity. Finally, we will witness how Ibn Arabi lifts the veils of this vanished youth and reads the inscriptions of divine knowledge contained within his light, discovering secrets that form the foundation of the next chapter of his spiritual revelations. Throughout this journey, we will come to understand that the outer pilgrimage to Mecca is but a reflection of the inner pilgrimage to the heart, and that every physical ritual contains within it profound spiritual realities that transform the seeker's understanding of themselves in their Lord and the entire cosmos. As Ibn Arabi continued his circumambulation, immersed in divine remembrance, he found himself reciting verses that expressed his deepest spiritual questioning. "I said while performing Tawaf, how can I circumambulate while it is veiled from grasping our secret? An insentient solid mass perceiving my movements." The response came not as sound, but as direct knowledge to his heart. "You are the bewildered, the perplexed. Behold the house! Its light gleams for hearts that are purified, laid bare." In that moment of heightened spiritual awareness, the youth appeared before him in all his majesty. Ibn Arabi observed him carefully and understood that this being represented the perfect mirror of divine reality. When the youth spoke, his words carried the weight of eternal truths. Look at the secret of the house before the cessation of life, and you will find it radiant with those who are circumambulated and those who circumambulate, with its stones gazing upon them from behind its veils and curtains. Ibn Arabi saw the Kaaba transformed before his spiritual vision, no longer mere stone and mortar, but a living conscious entity that actively witnessed every pilgrim's devotion. When he expressed his amazement at this revelation, the youth explained that this understanding was the very essence of the obedience decreed by divine law throughout existence. As their communion deepened, the youth began to reveal his true station, a rank beyond where and when, beyond the limitations of time and space. Ibn Arabi, overwhelmed by the presence of this being, kissed his right hand in reverence and respect. The communication between them transcended ordinary language, occurring through symbols, lights, and direct heart-to-heart transmission that bypassed the need for words. When Ibn Arabi asked to learn the secrets of this mysterious being, the youth responded, "Look into the details of my genesis and the order of my constitution, and you will find what you have asked me about inscribed. For I am not one who is spoken to, nor one who is addressed. My knowledge is not other than me, and my essence is not different from my names. I am the knowledge, the known, and the knower. I am the wisdom, the one who decrees, and the wise." The youth then invited Ibn Arabi to enter the spiritual Kaaba, the house of the stone that exists beyond all physical limitations. As they crossed this sacred threshold, the youth placed his hand on Ibn Arabi's chest and revealed his cosmic origin. "I am the seventh in the rank of encompassing the cosmos and the secrets of the existence of the essence and the where. The truth created me as a pure, simple piece of light, and made me a means of mingling with the universal realities." Suddenly, the supreme pen of divine knowledge descended from its lofty spiritual abodes, riding a magnificent steed that stood on 3 legs. It bowed its head to the youth's essence, and immediately lights and darknesses spread forth in magnificent patterns. The pen breathed into the youth's innermost being all existent things, splitting open his spiritual earth and heaven, and making him aware of all the divine names. In this profound moment of spiritual initiation, the youth came to know himself and his other, distinguished between his good and his evil, and separated what belonged to his creator from what constituted his own realities. The angelic presence then departed, declaring, "Know that you are the divine presence." What followed was a series of transformative spiritual experiences where Ibn Arabi witnessed God manifesting before him in various forms, while he himself underwent corresponding transformations. God appeared as life while Ibn Arabi became death, as sight while he became blindness, as comprehensive knowledge while he became complete ignorance, as hearing while he became deafness, as speech while he became mutism, as will while he became incapacity, as power while he became impotence. In each of these pairings, when the form sought to pledge allegiance to its counterpart, the allegiance was refused. Divine interventions, whether veils, inscriptions from the preserved tablet, or bursts of celestial light, separated the pairs, teaching Ibn Arabi the crucial spiritual lesson of maintaining distinction between the creator and the creation. When Ibn Arabi protested that the divine covenant seemed unfulfilled, God explained, "You have pledged allegiance to yourself, O my servant. Had you kissed the stone in every circuit, O circumambulant, you would have kissed my right hand here in these subtle forms. For my house there is like the essence, and the circuits of the Tawaf are like the 7 attributes, the attributes of perfection, not the attributes of majesty. For they are the attributes of connection to you and separation." The ultimate revelation came when God declared, "This Kaaba of mine is the heart of existence, and my throne for this heart is a limited body. Neither one of them contains me, nor do they inform about me as I have informed about them. My house which contains me is your intended heart, deposited within your witnessed body." Ibn Arabi understood that the physical Kaaba serves as the heart of the cosmic existence, while the divine throne represents the limited body that contains this heart. The pilgrims circumambulating the physical Kaaba are like bodies circling stones, while those who circle the spiritual heart are engaging in the true inner tawaf. Just as the physical body is inferior to the heart in its spiritual rank, so too is the physical Kaaba in relation to the all-encompassing divine throne. God further revealed, "Nothing contains me other than you, and I do not manifest in a form of perfection except in your meaning." This profound truth established the special relationship between the divine and the human essence. Yet immediately following this intimate revelation, God affirmed absolute transcendence, and after this, "I am the great, the most high. No limit confines me, no master nor slave knows me. Sanctified is divinity. So I am exalted beyond being comprehended." The divine instruction continued, "You are the I, and I am the I. So do not seek me within yourself, lest you toil, nor from outside, lest you not attain. And do not abandon seeking me, lest you be wretched. Seek me until you meet me, and thus be elevated. But be well-mannered in your seeking, and be present at the outset of your path. Distinguish between me and you, for you do not witness me. You only witness your own eye. So stand in the attribute of sharing, or else be a servant and say, the inability to attain perception is perception itself." In a dramatic spiritual lesson, Ibn Arabi was temporarily expelled from the divine presence with the words, "Depart from my presence. For the like of you is not fit for my service." But this expulsion lasted only a moment before he was recalled and restored to his station, learning that even rejection and acceptance both serve the divine purpose. When questioned why he didn't seek permission to return immediately, Ibn Arabi explained that the tremendous vision of the divine essence had completely overwhelmed him, to which God responded, "You have spoken truly, O Muhammad. So remain firm in the single station, and beware of number, for in it is the destruction of eternity." The journey reached its climax when the vanished youth invited Ibn Arabi to lift his spiritual veils and read the inscriptions of divine knowledge contained within his light. As Ibn Arabi lifted these veils, he beheld magnificent spiritual lights containing all the treasured knowledge of the universe. The first secret he learned from these inscriptions would form the foundation for the next chapter of his spiritual revelations. Through this extraordinary journey, Ibn Arabi came to understand that the outer pilgrimage to Mecca, with all its rituals and rites, serves as perfect mirror for the inner pilgrimage of the soul. The physical tawaf trains the seeker for the soul's constant circumambulation around the divine presence. The kissing of the black stone prepares the devotee for receiving divine mysteries, and the 7 circuits around the Kaaba correspond to the journey through the 7 divine attributes that lead back to the essential oneness. The Kaaba is not merely a destination for the body, but the starting point for the heart's journey to its Lord. Every pilgrim is, in truth, circumambulating their own essential nature, and every ritual contains within it profound spiritual realities that transform the seeker's understanding of themselves, their creator and their place in the cosmos. This is the lasting wisdom of Ibn Arabi's Meccan revelations, that the outer journey, when performed with spiritual awareness, becomes the vehicle for the inner transformation that leads the seeker from the house of stone to the heart of existence, from ritual observance to essential reality, and from the creation back to the Creator and God. Glorified be He, guides to the knowledge and to a straight path.